Welcome to our MegaTube channel. If you're tired of watching cooking videos that are about as exciting as a wet dishcloth, then listen up, because we're about to change your culinary game. In this video, we're bringing you cooking videos with delicious recipes you'll actually want to make in 2024. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned chef, our curated list of mouth-watering dishes will inspire you to get into the kitchen.
Alright, you lot, let's get started with a classic creamy garlic pasta. This isn't your average bland pasta dish. We're talking about a symphony of flavors that will have you licking your plate clean. First, get a pot of salted water boiling like you mean it. We need a rolling boil, not some sad little simmer. Add your pasta, and for God's sake, use a decent pasta, none of that cheap stuff, and cook it al dente. Now, while the pasta's cooking, let's get the sauce going. This is where the magic happens. Heat up some olive oil in a pan, then toss in some minced garlic. Don't even think about burning it. We want that garlic nice and fragrant. Now, pour in some heavy cream. Don't skimp on the good stuff, and bring it to a simmer. Season it generously with salt and pepper. Remember, seasoning is the difference between a good dish and a bloody brilliant one. Once the pasta's cooked, drain it and add it straight to the sauce. Give it a good toss to coat the pasta evenly. And for the final touch, sprinkle over a generous amount of Parmesan cheese. There you have it. Creamy garlic pasta done right.
Next up, we're turning up the heat with some spicy chicken tacos. These aren't your soggy, sad excuse for tacos. These are packed with flavor and will have you coming back for seconds. Start by dicing some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can use breasts if you must, but thighs stay juicier. Now let's make a fiery marinade. In a bowl, mix together some chili powder, cumin, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, if you can handle the heat, and a good pinch of salt. Rub that spice mix all over the chicken, making sure every piece is coated. Heat up some oil in a pan and sear the chicken until it's golden brown and cooked through. Remove the chicken from the pan and let it rest. Now let's talk toppings. We need some freshness to cut through the spice. Slice up some red onion, tomatoes and avocado. Pick some fresh cilantro leaves and crumble some queso fresco. Warm up your tortillas, and for crying out loud, don't use those store-bought abominations. Make your own or find a local supplier. To assemble, layer the chicken, onion, tomatoes, avocado, cilantro, and queso fresco on top of the tortillas. There you have it. Spicy chicken tacos that will set your taste buds on fire.
Now it's time for something sweet, and this decadent chocolate lava cake is the perfect way to end your meal. Don't be intimidated by the name, this dessert is surprisingly easy to make. First, preheat your oven and grease some ramekins. Now melt some good quality dark chocolate with butter in a double boiler or in the microwave. Remember, low and slow is the key to melting chocolate properly. Once the chocolate is melted and smooth, set it aside to cool slightly. In a separate bowl, whisk together some eggs and sugar until they are pale and fluffy. Gradually add the melted chocolate to the egg mixture, whisking constantly. Sift in some flour and cocoa powder. Don't overmix, just fold it in until combined. Pour the batter into the prepared ramekins, filling them about 2/3 full. Bake in the preheated oven until the edges are set and the center is still slightly wobbly. Let the cakes cool in the ramekins for a few minutes before inverting them onto serving plates. Dust with powdered sugar and serve immediately with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. That, my friends, is how you make a proper decadent chocolate lava cake.
Listen up, you lot. Just because we're cooking delicious food doesn't mean we can't have a healthy option. This fresh veggie stir-fry is packed with flavor and nutrients. First, prep your vegetables. We want a colorful mix. Broccoli florets, sliced carrots, snap peas, red bell peppers, whatever you fancy. Now let's create a flavor bomb of a sauce. In a bowl, whisk together soy sauce, oyster sauce, honey for a touch of sweetness, rice vinegar for tanginess, and some minced garlic and ginger for that extra zing. Heat a wok or a large skillet over high heat until it's smoking hot. Add a drizzle of oil, peanut or vegetable oil works well, and then toss in your vegetables. Stir fry those vegetables over high heat, keeping them moving constantly. We want them to be slightly charred on the edges, but still crisp tender. Pour in that flavor-packed sauce and toss everything to coat. Cook for another minute or two until the sauce thickens slightly. Serve this vibrant stir-fry over steamed rice or noodles for a complete and satisfying meal. See, healthy can be delicious.
Finally, let's warm things up with a hearty and comforting classic beef stew. This is a dish that will stick to your ribs and warm you from the inside out. Cut some beef chuck into bite-sized cubes. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Pat the beef dry with paper towels to ensure it browns properly. Season the beef generously with salt and pepper. Heat some oil in a large pot or Dutch oven over medium-high heat. Brown the beef in batches, making sure not to overcrowd the pot. We want that beautiful caramelized crust. Once the beef is browned, remove it from the pot and set it aside. Add some chopped onions, carrots and celery to the pot and cook them until they're softened. Stir in some tomato paste and cook for a minute or two to enhance its flavour. Pour in a generous glug of red wine, none of that cheap plonk, and bring it to a simmer, scraping up any browned bits from the bottom of the pot. Return the beef to the pot along with beef broth, bay leaves, thyme sprigs, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Bring the stew to a boil, then reduce the heat to low, cover, and let it simmer for at least 2 hours, or until the beef is fork tender. Before serving, discard the bay leaves and thyme sprigs. Ladle the stew into bowls and garnish with chopped fresh parsley. There you have it, a classic beef stew that will warm your soul.
So there you have it. 5 delicious recipes that will have you ditching the takeaway menus and getting creative in the kitchen. Make sure to grab your apron and follow along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting cooking content. Let's get cooking and make delicious memories together.